Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and happy Easter to all of you that celebrate. My condolences to all of you that don't. Easter being, of course, the day we celebrate Jesus having risen from the dead according to his promise. And that will not be the case today with your friend and mentor, Toshio. By the way, AmFam is accepting new members, amazing friends and mentors, and once again, our goal is just to be the kindest, the nicest squadron in War Thunder. Friends and mentors, if you will. Anyway, here I am rolling out in something I don't show you very often, my 4.0 British lineup. And you probably recognize that I'm a huge fan of event vehicles / premium vehicles, which explains why I've been having so much fun in this event and dedicating so much time to it, says my disgusting kitchen. But here we are in the Excelsior, one of the few event vehicles that I believe is still not available on the market. So this is a rare vehicle indeed. Add to that the fact that not so many people ground for it and very few people play it these days, and you have a combination for an exotic and rare beast when it comes to War Thunder, which is an advantage that you can, well, take advantage of every now and then in a match when people just don't realize the sort of firepower you're capable of repulsing. Yes. So the frontal armor on the Excelsior is not bad. I think it's somewhere in the area of 114 millimeters, flat as the day she was born, and the turret face is not any different, with a few little weak spots around the machine gun that are actually fairly difficult to hit, with some sort of a half-arsed mantlet going on as well that, well, it's not completely useless, and my armor will definitely absorb some damage in this match. Armed with the typical cannon that you see on British tanks at this tier, it doesn't really have any more of a punch than your average Churchill, but it has quite a bit more mobility at a similar battle rating, so it ends up being something of a speedier Churchill with perhaps less reliable armor, although not bad in that regard either. The side armor is spaced out between armored skirts and an internal side armor layer that can provide some weak spots from the front if you angle, but overall is more reliable than most side armor you'll see at this battle rating. And thus, can we get a shot on that Panzerfaust? Almost. Yes. Yes, I can. What a beautiful use of binoculars there to line up our shot and make sure we could shoot through those bushes. However, a quick attempt on that other Panzer IV does not yield the same results, and our lack of any sort of stabilizer here costs us, as the enemy Panzer IV, I think that's a G, manages to get one through into our turret. However, we get one more chance to take him down, and it bounces off of that rather trolly frontal armor of the Panzer IV at this tier with its add-on armor. His last shot somehow bounces off of our booty, I think, and to no effect, we are able to finish him off with a nice central shot through that very weak side armor that you see on all of the Panzer IVs. Panzer IV side armor, definitely not reliable at this battle rating. Alrighty, now we have a problem. Witness the power of British reverse speeds embodied fully in this tank. It is supposed to be an infantry support tank, I believe, and so the British feel that the infantry should be the ones pushing the tank in reverse. The gear is around, what, 2 kph in reverse? Just beautiful. And against a Panzer III with the 50 mil, we're very capable of absorbing damage from the front. As you see, there's little he can do against us. Now from the rear, our engine block should be able to soak a shot. We try for a quick hit on the Panzer IV and no sauce. We take one into the engine, which may have been a wise decision for him, but now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't, especially from the fact that he didn't reverse at all after shooting us there. So it may be the inexperience of that player that allowed us to get our next kill. Nonetheless, here we are, crippled and yet alive, with the Panda on the back of our turret providing moral support, and our few smoke grenades being essential here to cover that one spot where we're vulnerable. And then, of course, any new enemy reinforcements could potentially be pushing up toward our side, which is still not good news for us. So we're in something of a pickle for the next 20 seconds or so, as enemy CAS flies low over the cap and yet fails to take down the one of our teammates who's capturing the zone. And here I am, awkwardly still alive. So, no complaints from me. You may hear some groanings from the blackened crew, but of course all of the little squidgy robots in War Thunder never get harmed in the making of these films. No pixels were damaged in this. Get the gun up. Can we get a piece? What a nice shot into that, oh geez, Martyr? Yeah, the Martyr 3. And yet, not enough to cripple him, just inconveniencing the radio operator by taking off a good portion of his upper body. And we bounce our first shot from range. Excelsior, quite good at range on account of its armor, and yet the gun does leave some things to be desired. So we'll do what we can. We take another shot, and it goes through where the commander used to be, him having scooted forward to replace the radio operator gunner, I suppose. And a very, very large bomb from a Ju-87 takes us down in the end. I guess we won't see what we could have done in that long-range engagement. Now, taking out the bow fighter, and I am completely unfamiliar with how to fly this plane, a fact that will become apparent over the course of this flyout, so enjoy yourselves for some tea-fueled incompetence. You want, is that what you want, baby? Not today. We'll get you one tomorrow. You had lots of sweets yesterday. Can you say sweets? Did you remember seeing Grandma yesterday? Can you say Grandma? Grandma. Yeah, we love Grandma. We got to see Grandma, and we got to see Uncle. And do you remember the babies? Oh, she's moved on. She's back to her show. Baby, yeah. Oh, it was such a great time at Easter. The whole family got together, and both of my brothers have lovely wives, as I myself do, and all three of our wives were caring for a little bebis. We had our little girl, and my older brother's wife was taking care of their little baby boy, as was my younger brother's wife. They have an adorable little Pudgemeister named Angus, of all things, a beefy little boy. And there was a flock of children that it just blows my mind that we all have kids now, and that we all have our little families now, and our kids played so well together. They were really great. All of them behaved very nicely and were kind to each other and considerate, and it just blew my mind that, you know what, I think we're good parents too, and that makes me really happy. We got some cool kids, and you know what, you guys on my channel are some cool kids too. I really feel like a friend and a mentor, if you will, when I hang out with you guys. I'm happy to be your internet friend or your Discord dad. So here we are looking for targets in our Beaufighter. It looks like the enemy aircraft are mostly dealt with, so we're on ground strike duty. And something that I noticed perhaps a bit too late about the Beaufighter is this is a heavy bird. She doesn't quite have the ups, she doesn't quite have the energy retention that you want out of a ground attacker. The guns are a bit odd with how massively far out those DACAs are spaced in the wings, and yet the underbelly mounted, or I should say under nose mounted 20s. Oh, Toshio, don't dive that steep. You're not going to recover from that. Well, the 20s would be able to do some work if I wasn't busy planting aircraft. So let's try something I'm a little bit more familiar with, shall we? So hope you guys had a good time over the holiday, if that's something you celebrate. If it's not something you celebrate, that's okay. I feel like you're missing out, though. There really is nothing like the resurrection of Jesus to get somebody excited about life. Anyway, I was also able to teach yesterday. I teach kids from ages, oh geez, let me get this right, 9 to 12 on Sundays at Sunday school. I am a youth pastor, and I was able to teach kids through the death and resurrection of Jesus yesterday, which is always something that is at the heart of Christianity. So it was a good lesson. Anyway, we're more interested in spreading inconvenience today as we fly out in our, what is this, F5F I think. Anyway, this is the premium variant of that which you can find in the American tech tree. It has two, what are those, 1,000-pound bombs mounted centrally, and 6 HVAR rockets, which at this battle rating can do some work, especially as we take some ground fire here. Especially, oh, wasted a rocket on that one. He was already taken care of. Especially against soft-skinned targets like enemy AA. These HVAR rockets, with their reasonable amount of accuracy and ability to hull break enemy vehicles, can come in quite handy in clearing up that ground fire before you go in for some strafing attacks. Especially useful as, with the Americans as allies, drop the bombs. You don't have to worry, oh yeah, I'll take that double kill, so much about vehicles that have anti-aircraft machine guns mounted on top of them, and the German armor is very capable of being shot through the roof by the 50 cals. So this can be a very effective ground attacker, as you've already seen, picking up a quick 3 kills and just leisurely strolling about the last of the enemy's victory points, as our tanks on the ground have secured victory for us. Now we can just kind of parade around and try and be the best. We are going to get second place in this match, though, as we couldn't secure the points we needed with that last strafing run. It was a very close match, and someone else flying CAS was able to take the victory. But that was a fun match for me, and I had a great time. Anyway, the event is over today, and we can go on with our lives. We'll see what happens after that. I think I have a forum post to make, and on top of that, I just hope you guys enjoy your day and have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.